Issue of shares and debentures. Issue of shares. A company's capital is divided into small shares and is sold to raise funds. This is called share capital. A company can issue two types of shares, equity and preferential shares. Equity shares. They determine the ownership of a firm. Money raised through equity is known as ownership capital. They are residual owners. Only get paid what is left over of the claims on the company. There is the risk of ownership limited to their paid capital. They have right to vote. Merits. High returns for investors. Less burden on the business. Assets are free to mortgage. Democratic control of management. Limitations. Fluctuating returns on investment. Cost of this funding is more. Dilutes voting powers. Formalities and procedures for issuing shares. Preference shares. These shareholders get fixed dividend out of net profits and receives capital after the claims of creditors of a company are settled. Merits. Safe and steady income with low risk. There is no control over management by preference shareholders. Preferential right of repayment. Limitations. It dilutes equity shareholders' claims. The rate of return is higher. Not attractive for investors as returns are possible only when profits are made by the company. There is no tax saving for the company. Debentures. These are long-term debt instruments. That is, an amount is borrowed at a fixed interest rate and is promised to be repaid at a future date. The interest is paid at fixed intervals to the holders of debentures. There are different types of debentures: secured and unsecured, registered and bearer, convertible and non-convertible, first and second. Merits. Lesser risk and fixed income. Suitable for a company when sales and earnings are stable. No harm to control on management. It is a less costly way of financing. Limitations. The fixed charges of debentures are a permanent burden on a company. Even in times of financial difficulties, payment is to be made. Capacity to borrow additional funds reduces with debentures.
For more such videos on all subjects, practice questions and a lot more, download iPrep and learn unlimited.